My name is Joey Gossett, and I have chosen Glogster as my Web 2.0 tool to explain for this project. To begin with, I have just gone to glogster.com. I've only used this once or twice in the past, but it was one of my favorites to use, so I thought I would share it. There are so many different aspects to Glogster that there's no way I can get all of this in 5 minutes, but I'm going to hurry as fast as I can. This is an example of one. It is a digital storytelling type thing, and as you can see, there are many different aspects to it, and explains digital storytelling, and this would be a template that someone could use to begin that. They can place it in there. One of the most impressive things about Glogster is that it does have an app that you could use with iPad or an iPhone. I will go ahead and switch to my dashboard, my Glogster dashboard. You can see that I am already signed in, and there are tabs across the top. I'm on the dashboard right now. You can obviously, I have the free account, but you can update it and use many more services available on Glogster. Glogpedia is pretty neat. We'll go through that in a second. There's a blog and some training. So one of the first things I want to show you is that there are other tabs across here. You can actually sign up as either a teacher or a student. Here is a tips and tricks to tell you what Glogpedia is, but I'll take you to that, like I said, in a second. I have one finished glog here, and I'll open it so you can see what it is. It is actually for one of my classes. The title of it is History of High School. And what I did was, to work on the actual glog, I created a timeline, and then I could put in the years, and I could put in the different sections that I wanted to, and I entered a quote here. Down at the bottom, there is an administration thing where you can, and my feature is locked because I've already created it, but you name the glog, and then it tells you what the URL will be. You can choose a category. I did not choose a category. Mine was for a presentation. You can also choose a grade, and all of this is so that if you want to nominate yours, it will go specifically to an area. And then visibility, mine was private. You can have it public for all, public for each blog, and then you could tag some things too. Once you are done, then obviously you submit some changes. If you go back up here, there is my schoolhouse, my background picture. I could nominate it to Glogpedia. I am choosing not to do that. I don't think that this is important enough to actually nominate to something like that. So let's go to Glogpedia so you can see what it is. It is pretty fascinating. You can search if you want. You can choose one of these tabs. There are all different types. As a former language arts teacher, I should say, I could go here. I want to go to perhaps literature, and what will happen is there will be, it shows 757 glogs that people have put on here for others to see. Let's say you have your students are going to study The Raven. You could assign this glog to them, and I think I can open it. You would assign this glog to them. For me, if I were still in the classroom, we have a learning management system now, Canvas. So I could link this or embed it into Canvas for my students to look at to get a little bit of a history of the Raven, or even just look at it and see. And you can tell on here, you can actually add video to this, and it's very easy to do such. You can animate it. You can see where there are, that has an arrow going down to this video, and then artwork as well. So that one is pretty neat to look at. If I went to go back, I could also look at, when I do this in the language arts, if I go back to that discipline, I can see where there are some others that I might want to use. The Alchemist. There are some for writing. If you want students to learn how to write or do book reports, or they can see some writers' biographies. So really nice features for all of the disciplines, as you can see. And then, of course, there are some templates as well. If you choose that, you can look at the different types of templates that they have. Maybe one of them that I found somewhat impressive was in the language arts area. Well, obviously I probably won't find it now. If I wanted to go, I'll go back to Glogster itself and create a new one. If I want to create a new glog, this is where it is. I can choose different types of templates if I wanted to. So one that I saw down here that I think would be worthy of sharing with teachers in the language arts area was one that is not showing right now. If I show all, I can see all of them. There was one that we could use was a family tree. Other things you could do is you could go back to blank landscape or blank portrait. That is how I created mine for my previous class. But if I go to digital storytelling, let's say I want the students to introduce themselves, what they can do is go on here, and once it opens, they can add different items to this. Now, just because this is here in the template does not mean it has to stay. They can delete it. They can hold on to it and move it around if they want as such. They can change the text, the color. They can animate it. There are all types of interesting things that they can do with this. And this shows you where you can change the text, add some graphics, change an image, change the wall, and so on. Up here you can see they can actually upload it to something, they can download it to the cloud, they can save it however they want, they can preview it before they save it. So students have all types of interesting ways that they can create glogs on here. So that is it. Glogster in a nutshell. Glogster is a very useful tool for not just teachers in presenting something, but also for students who want to create a presentation and not have to put it on a poster board anymore, but instead do it digitally. Thank you.